River Road, you got me running way back home. River Road, you got me running all night long. You got me singing some canal boat song. River Road, you got me running all night long.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Niner Nuts. I am Dan here along with James. James, say hello.
What's up, Niner Nation?
And if you haven't noticed, things look a little different now with that little ticker and our lovely little name tags. I directionally challenged. That is because these are part of the cool little features that we have now that we are creative partners. I don't know what our titles are, but we're a part of Shady Sports Networks. Thank you, Sam, calling you out. Thank you for bringing us into the Shady Sports family. We're very excited to start this awesome relationship with you and all the other creators. Can't wait to get to know them a little bit more. And we are going to be here on the Shady Sports Network channel, along with our own channel. And with this channel partnership, we also have sponsors. We have special messages from sponsors. Our first one, James, let people know who the first one is.
So, do you wish you could buy and sell your bets like stock? Then go to WagerWire and keep track of all your bets from all your sports books and get the best price for your payout. Use promo code DBrownie710 if you like dance picks, or if you're a Jimmy B fan like me, use BreakJames5 to get matches and bonuses from syncing your books. Check out WagerWire today.
Yes, use us as referrals. The specific referral spot, pick myself or James, just to make that abundantly clear.
Just depend on who you like, and we're gonna make this a competition, and we're gonna go. We haven't decided yet, but I was thinking like maybe sometime at the end of the season, whoever has the most signups, maybe wins a Niner Nuts T-shirt from the other person. So, but that was my idea, you know.
Yeah, no, that's I like that. We'll hash that out. I like that though. I like the spirited competition with this.
Exactly. That sounds good.
We have two codes. You decide, listeners and viewers. You just decide who has to give the other
Jimmy B,
something.
Jimmy B.
I'm surprised I was going to say, was Jimmy B taken? How many did you scramble? How many did you go through when picking your were any of the ones
had
ideas
you know what, like they didn't tell me that was going to be my promo code, so I just picked that. I was just like, oh, what's the simplest thing that I can think of? And so guys, if you're wondering, that's my last name. I understand, but and 5 for the greatest quarterback currently right now ever on the Eagles, Donovan McNabb, but Jalen Hurts may take that crown, but that's a conversation for another time. We're here to talk about Jimmy B's long shots, and today we're going from DraftKings, Dan, right?
Yes.
So due to our new sponsorships, we can no longer use our former website that we were using to get our long odds for. So we are using DraftKings.
Let's not name drop them anymore.
Yep, we are using DraftKings now. And so these bets come from DraftKings. Shout out to DraftKings. And via WagerWire. So the partnership we have with WagerWire, they have a partnership with DraftKings. So that's why we're using those odds now. And we have two interesting bets. Let's see. So the first one is a roll tide parlay. Once again, you can get this at DraftKings Sports right now. So the roll tide parlay is Bryce Young has over 3,400 and a half pass yards. Derrick Henry has over 1,150 and a half rush yards. Devontae Smith has 975 and a half receiving yards. And Calvin Ridley has over 900 and a half receiving yards as well. So this long shot gets you plus 1,200 odds. That's $10, gets you $120. I'm saying this is a good bet simply because, one, Derrick Henry has usually rushed over 1,200 yards in most of his seasons except for one. Devontae Smith had I believe his rookie season, 962 yards. His second season, he had over 1,000. He's a young receiver. Eagles offense, new offensive coordinator. I think that total is just going to go up. Calvin Ridley is sort of the loose shaker, like, coming off a year where he was suspended, but he's playing in Doug Peterson's offense. Hopefully, like, he's in shape and has a really good year with the Jacksonville Jaguars. But I'm going to tell you what really lies in the money of this bet, and that is the Bryce Young over 3,400 and a half yards. So if you look at the history of the records for most receiving yard or most passing yards by a quarterback in the history of the NFL, rookie quarterbacks, when you get to 3,400 yards, the club isn't so great. It's quite average, right around the 3,400 mark, 3,300 mark. We have players like Andy Dalton. We have players like Gardner Minshew and Ryan Tannehill as well. That's who Bryce Young has got to play like in his first season. I think, let's just say I was behind the Eagles offensive line. I think I could get that just coming off the bench, So, Bryce Young's an actual quarterback, has played actual games at quarterback. And yeah, he may not have any receivers, but, Andy Dalton, did he have receivers? Did Gardner Minshew have receivers? Did Ryan Tannehill have receivers? Like, 3,400 yards is really where this money is. Like, that's
200 passing yards a game. That's only 200 passing yards a game if you did it exactly evenly, if he's not hurt and plays in all 17 games.
Exactly. If he plays all 17 games and throws for 200 yards, you're winning that bet. Yeah, I get, and the Calvin Ridley thing, like, you are really betting and banking on that he's going to, have a good year after being suspended. But, the money really lies in those other three bets, and specifically the Bryce Young. You may not like it. It may look like a big number to you, but once again, that's nothing in today's NFL, especially for a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, no, I really like this bet too, honestly. Like, even before even before right now, like, honestly, 3,400 passing yards for a rookie. That's not. He's got Frank Reich with him. He's got some decent weapons around him. I think that's realistic for Bryce Young. Derrick Henry, unless he injures his foot, I don't see that happening though. Devontae Smith, he's going to have an 1,000-yard season. I really think that's the most shoe-in, if not Derrick Henry having more or less 1,200 rushing yards. And then Calvin Ridley, yeah, I mean, you hit on the head. I mean, we don't know what we're going to get out of him, but I think supplanting Christian Kirk as the number one receiver isn't going to be that tall a task. And Trevor Lawrence, he took such a step with Doug Peterson. I think having 2,000-yard receivers like that in Jacksonville and having another year with Doug Peterson under his belt, I think the sky's the limit really for Trevor Lawrence, and Calvin could be a beneficiary of that.
Yes. And, I think Doug Peterson's offense is a great offense in the hands of the right quarterback. We saw what it was like with Carson Wentz when he was just apt to take coaching, it seemed like, and he wasn't injured. So he was playing at an MVP level in that offense. And Doug Peterson, some people may not think it because he only had people will say one fluke year, but I'm an Eagles fan. I watched Doug Peterson, and he schemes people open. He does. He schemes people open. And if the quarterback makes the right decision, they're going to be successful. And I think Trevor Lawrence is the type of quarterback who will be able to grow in that offense and make the best decision possible. And honestly, I mean, I think I'm high on the Jacksonville Jaguars. They may make the AFC Championship game this year, and it may be like, Burrow and Lawrence or Mahomes and Lawrence. But I really think the Jaguars are a team up, and Doug Peterson's offense, second year for Trevor Lawrence. We saw what Carson Wentz did in the second year with Doug Peterson. And I think that's going to happen with Trevor Lawrence. I expect it to happen with Trevor Lawrence, and Calvin Ridley is going to be a benefactor of that. I think betting on that he's going to have over 900 receiving yards, throughout the season is really a good bet, and it's plus 1,200. $10 gets you $120 if you win that bet.
No, it's not a bad bet at all. Honestly, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Do you want to, before the next bet, just because I see where our time is, do you want to take a little break for our second sponsor before our next bet?
Yeah, that sounds good. So, guys, are you looking for the sickest retro jerseys on the market? Well, look no further than Royal Retros, the king of throwbacks, the one-stop shop for all your throwback needs. Use promo code Shady Sports and save 10% off your order today.
That's Shady Sports right there. Use our code. Pause it here if you need to. It's a very simple code, Shady Sports, and 10% off. All right. Now we've left them in suspense long enough. What is the second bet that you wanted to talk about?
So the second bet that I want to talk is called Ghosts in Cincinnati. It's a special that you can get, and it's plus 500. So $10 wins you $50. You place it at the beginning of the season. Maybe it hits, maybe it doesn't. It's worth a $10 or $5 bet to get it like a decent return. I mean, if you really like it, if you want to bet $1,000 on it, go ahead. But just remember to bet responsibly on all your bets, guys. Don't go waging your mortgage on these things. But anyway, Joe Burrow to have 4+ INTs in any regular season game. It's plus 500. I seem to like that, to root that Joe Burrow has one bad game in a 17-game season. He just faces like maybe the Ravens defense, maybe the Steelers defense.
Dude, Cleveland
Cleveland
he always has issues with. I don't know if you're aware of that, but Joe Burrow never plays his best game against Cleveland. It has yet to happen.
So there you go. There's a good chance he plays 6 games against pretty decent defenses just in this division alone. So, you have a 6 out of 17 chance of him maybe throwing 4 interceptions, which I think is a decent bet at plus 500. I mean, Dan, what do you think?
He has sloppy moments. I don't remember if how many times he's had a 4 interception game, but like Trevor Lawrence was in the divisional round last year, Joe Burrow is susceptible to he can have any team get under his skin at any given time, and it happens. And the couple times I can think of off the top of my hand, again, very rare occurrences, but if that one team that figures out a way to get under him, no, he can have a very bad game. I still think he's a very capable. The only quarterback better than him right now is either Mahomes or Hurts.
Just so you know, I decided to Google this with just to get like a perspective. And September 11th against the Steelers, he had 4 interceptions.
Oh yeah, that was a week 1 last year. Yeah, no, he laid an egg in that game.
So there you go. It is possible for this guy to throw 4 interceptions in one game. It's not like it hasn't happened before. So,
well, especially now that he's losing pretty much all of training camp with his calf strain.
Yeah.
No, that's not a bad bet, honestly. Like for one game, I am the same person though that encouraged people to. Oh my God, what was that Debo bet I said last year? He was going to have 3. Was it how many?
350 plus rushing yards, I think it was.
No, that's in his. Or no, wasn't there a dumb bet that I was a fan
of? A TD
or
something. It was like 4 TDs.
Wasn't it 100? Wasn't it 150-yard receiving games 3 times or something like that?
Yeah, I think it was something like that. I forget what that bet was now, but
not quite the same bet. But I just remember you just reminded me like how embarrassing, how cold a take that was to think that Debo was going to have like a 2,000 total yard season, like 1,500 receiving and 500 rushing. Like,
Yeah, I mean, just so you know, everybody, Dan doesn't bet that much, and on the bets that he's bet, he hasn't hit. So
no.
I've at least come close or have hit. You know, I had just.
What was the final score of that baseball game I bet on?
Oh my gosh,
wasn't it like 12-1?
Dude, and I'm surprised you didn't get better odds on that. Dan picked the Pirates to win a game at plus 180 live in a game where the game was like out of control. It was they were losing 5-1 at the time. He got
and they fell off a cliff after I placed that bet.
Yeah, so like,
oh, that was terrible.
Just so you know, I'm the one that told people to bet Jalen Hurts plus 4,000 in March of last year to win the MVP. Nearly hit on that one. I did a 6-team parlay last year, money line parlay with 6 teams. I won that bet. I predicted the Phillies to win the National League at the beginning of last year's baseball season. That happened. So I also picked halfway through the season when it looked like there was the Chiefs and the Eagles. I parlayed the Chiefs and the Eagles to make the Super Bowl. But just so you know, I had a backup bet with the Chiefs and the Bengals, or not the Chiefs and the Bengals, but the Eagles and the Bengals to make the Super Bowl. So, you know, I think I know a little bit,
that's why you're Jimmy B and you lead the Jimmy B section. Yeah.
And I also take pride in the year that the Bengals went to the Super Bowl. When they started the playoffs, they were plus 800 to win the AFC. I bet on them to win the AFC at the start of the playoffs. Then they got into the game with the Chiefs, went down 14-3, bet plus 1,100 odds. Then they went down 21-3 and bet plus 1,800 odds. I ended up winning $300 just because they won that game. So I do know a little bit. I can't say that I'm the greatest sports bettor because I don't have quite the bankroll that I should to be a sports bettor. But anyway, that's up to you guys, and help us with our sponsors to make that happen. So
I do want to point out, just because this one makes me laugh so hard. I love this one so much. I'm not telling anybody to take this bet. This bet, when I was just looking at specials for this section, this was hysterical to me. Of the 3 that I wrote out in text for you, Mahomes between 7 and 850 against the Raiders. That's not a terrible bet, but the odds were obviously everybody likes that one. Allen for 7 to 850 against Miami. I'm not personally taking that one, but that I don't know. That didn't tickle my fancy, let's say, or make me laugh near as hard as Keenan Allen leading the league in receptions. That was a special bet that I saw this morning at plus 3,500. Keenan Allen leading the league in receptions. I don't know why that was in a special. I don't know if that was just for the lulz. Like, yeah, he's a catch machine. Like, he's a good bet to get like 90 catches. Like, even though he's a little older than me, I think he's 32 or 33 this year. And he does get a lot of like 80 to 90. I think he had a couple hundred catch seasons, but leading the league in catches. I don't know if that was for the lulz. You remember seeing that when I sent that to you this morning?
Yeah, I saw that. Plus 3,500. Like,
that is so not going to happen. It just made me laugh that was an option.
It's a good payout. Really, if you like it, Dan, throw $10 on it and see if you win a futures bet. Since, but I mean,
Justin Herbert is not. No, he may be the leader on the team in catches because Mike Williams can't stay healthy. But no, he's not going to have to pretty much guarantee you're going to lead the league in catching. You have to have at least 115 catches.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see Keenan Allen doing that with Justin Herbert at quarterback with the freaking Chargers offense. Like,
no, Justin Jefferson is going to do that without Adam Thielen in Minnesota. Justin Jefferson, I could see going 120, 130 catches without Thielen on his other side.
Yeah, I mean, and yeah, I don't see Keenan Allen doing that with Justin Herbert. I mean, you're right.
Not to belabor it. I just thought that this was really, really funny when I was doing research this morning.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, that bet, is good to pay out, but I don't think I would put some shekels on it. I would definitely, the other 2, that we mentioned here, plus 1,200 for the roll tide payout, and Ghost in Cincinnati. I definitely take those bets just because the roll tide one has a good payout. $10 gets you 120, and it's very, very doable with the players on there, especially Bryce Young. You may not think that Bryce Young will pass for 3,400 yards in his rookie season, but if you understood how low the bar is set, like, he just has to be an average quarterback and do that. And it looks, he's starting the preseason game. It's trending that he's going to be the week 1 starter. So yeah, Bryce Young, 3,400, over 3,400 passing yards. Well, over 3,400 and a half passing yards, I should say, is very doable for him. And yeah, I think that's a good parlay to partake in, and plus 1,200. Isn't there, like, it's one of the more popular bets, like, apparently 251 people at the time you sent me the picture placed this bet. So it's not like people aren't betting on it, and people aren't favoring it. It is a really good bet. Thank you to DraftKings for making that parlay. If DraftKings was legal in my state, yeah, I dropped 10 shekels on it.
Yes, but that doesn't mean that that doesn't mean you're limited on WagerWire. Let's make that very abundantly clear, since we're talking about gambling in this. WagerWire can be used in all 50 states. Just double check the status of your state, let's say, on the status of gambling, and you can still do Underdog. There's a couple alternatives, but it goes state to state.
And just so you know, anybody who doesn't live in a state where full sports gambling is, like, I love Underdog. I really like it. Like, I really like the format that they have. I like that, just the pick'em bets are really, really good. It's a easy, user interface with the app. You also get a full match up to $100 on your first deposit. And pick'em bets, like, when I first started that app, I've been doing pick'em bets. And you know what, guys, even if you don't win a lot of money, like, having 10 shekels on a 4-legged parlay just makes games more interesting. It does. For $10, Dodgers A's, or Angels Seattle, even though, yes, I'm a Phillies fan, suddenly becomes more interesting, and, like, it's just a fun way to bet and have a good time, with watching sports. You pay more attention, you're more into the game. Like, it's a fun thing to do. Once again, bet responsibly wherever you bet, though.
Oh yeah, let's James, be sure to check on me to make sure, because I am in a fully legal state, that I don't fall off make sure I don't fall into financial ruin. I think my fiance will do a good job at that, though. But
yeah, I recommend having a bet deposit limit with her, like how much you can deposit at one time in a certain amount of time period. Like, that's what I have with Kim, my wife. Like, we have a bet, I can't, like, every week throw $20 into the account, but every month I can throw, a little bit into the account, and that's what I have to bet if I choose to do so. And
okay, my antelope ran upstairs too. Okay. Yeah, no, absolutely. That's something that I know she's gonna keep. Good advice, but yes, I'm sure you and her are already. Did you already have a conference with her before?
No, I told her if she hurts you, no, I didn't say that. I know your partner's a good partner. I really, one of the things that I think, like, with Dan and I, like, we're really, not only do we love talking sports, but we're really best friends. And I love Dan, and we love our partners more than anything. So I know Joan's going to keep you straight. So
oh no, she has so far. Anyway, guys, I think with that is a good stopping point there, telling our loved ones that we love them. James, remind everybody where they can reach out to us in the meantime before we come back next week to talk about our game against the Raiders.
Woohoo!
Football's back.
Yes. So guys, check the ticker out on where to follow us and subscribe to our YouTube channel, both here at Niner Nuts and also on Shady Sports Network. Also, just so you know, one of our first 100 subscribers to the Niner Nuts channel, one of them will win a t-shirt, a Niner Nuts t-shirt. So maybe the new design will be out by then, and we give you one of the new designs. Just depends on when we reach 100 subscribers, but we should have a new design by next week that we will be posting. And if you like our show, want to leave us a review on any one of the podcast networks, and we don't read it on the air, just write us at 49ernuts@gmail.com. You can find that in the ticker right now, and give us a shout out, and we'll read 5-star reviews on the air, every single one. If you like us on YouTube and want to give us a rating there, or just give us a shout out there and tell us how much you love us, like I said, we'll read it on the air, shout you out. And we're going to have a fun season. We're going to be doing a lot of things, hopefully to engage with our subscribers. So just, check us out.
This is going to be this is going to be such a super fun season. Thank you guys for all the patience with us over the summer. We went through a lot of changes over the summer. Lots and lots is going to be happening. That's very exciting, that we cannot wait to bring you along with us while we go through this second season for us of Niner Nuts, the Niner Nut Nation. We don't have a good nickname for you guys yet, now that I think about it, but
the nuts.
Yes. The peanuts. I don't know. The
peanut gallery.
I don't know. The
work in progress.
Yeah. But the world is our oyster. We cannot wait. Next week, it really starts. Next week, we're going to be talking about our game against the Raiders. The team is flying to Vegas probably right now, depending when this episode drops. But yeah, the Raiders, and then the Broncos, and then the Chargers, and then a week off for the team, not us. But then we're there. This is when champions are bred and born, man. This is it. We got actual football to talk about next week. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Can it be next week already?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I got. I'm not going to Roto World today. I'm too excited for our future here with, again, Shady Sports Network. Thank you so much again for having us on here. Thank you. If you're watching us on there, thank you for following us on everything. Just, I don't know. This is going to be a really good season. I'm taking that bet right now.
Yeah. I'm sure you could get good odds on it. But guys, thank you for helping us get to this point. All our over 2,000 followers on Twitter. We couldn't have made this happen without you. The people who have subscribed to our YouTube channel and been receptive. We love you guys. Just, keep doing whatever you're doing and keep supporting us. We really, really love it. We really enjoy it. And if you follow us and we follow you, you can direct message us. We'll get there. I run the Twitter account, not Dan. And I only have a part-time job, so I can respond to Twitter on my phone and my little watch. So
yes.
Reach out to us on there. Yeah, guys, outro music, River Road, Justin Muth.
Beat the Raiders. See you next week.
River Road, you got me running way back home. River Road, you got me running all night long. You got me singing some canal boat song. River Road, you got me running all night long.